Today, this is my class, Dr. P.C. Verma Economist class in economics for UPSC and other state civil services like BPSC, RBI examination, officers examination, IES students, all are benefited by the topics selected by me for this type of examination in India. My video is seen abroad also because I talk in Hindi as well as in English. Today, my class will be on helicopter money inflation or helicopter inflation. This topic is generally asked in interview that what do you mean by helicopter inflation? Helicopter inflation is a term which was invented by Milton Friedman, and later it was spread all over the world. Milton Friedman invented helicopter money, and its repercussion, its wide effect will be hyperinflation. Hyperinflation, and this hyperinflation due to the helicopter money supply in the economy. That is why helicopter inflation is a derived term from helicopter money concept. Helicopter money concept was developed by American economist Milton Friedman in his 1969 research paper published under the title of The Optimum Quantity of Money. In 1969, Milton Friedman, Nobel Prize winner in economics, and had great contribution in economics, different field. He was a statistician also. He had knowledge of mathematical economics. And so in his theory, you will find out combination of better language, better diagram, and better equations. Milton Friedman invention was helicopter money. In his article written in 1969, The Optimum Quantity of Money. The title of his article is Optimum Quantity of Money. That means quantity of money will be optimum, less than optimum, more than optimum, creating inflation in the economy. Milton Friedman says helicopter money is an unconventional monetary policy tool. Helicopter money is an unconventional monetary policy tool that involves printing large sums of money and distributing it to the public to spur economic growth. To spur economic growth. To spur economic growth. Milton Friedman said that Helicopter money is also known as a helicopter drop, refers to as a helicopter drop, refers to an unconventional monetary policy tool of printing large sum of money, expanding money supply, and distributing it to the public to spur economic growth during a recession. Helicopter money is a money transfer from the central bank to the public via the government with the aim of boosting economic output and inflation. The theory behind helicopter money is that money handed to public, that means consumer, would increase their disposable income, resulting in increased consumer spending that would ultimately boost economic output. Although, first of all, mentioned by Milton Friedman, the term helicopter money gained more widespread use when economist Milton Friedman was a professor, and he was a very strong decision person and had worked hard in economics, developing American economy through his writings, through his suggestions. So, although the first mentioned by Milton Friedman, the term helicopter money, that term gained more widespread use when the former Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke made a reference to a helicopter drop in a 2002 speech on preventing deflation. Mr. Ben Bernanke, former chairman of Federal Reserve System, in his speech said his line, quote, "A money finance tax cut is essentially equivalent to Milton Friedman's famous helicopter drop of money." It means Ben Bernanke, former chairman of Federal Reserve System in the USA, he compared a money financed by tax cut is essentially equivalent to Milton Friedman's famous helicopter drop of money. As I have stated, helicopter drop is the same thing that is helicopter money. Helicopter money term is also known as helicopter drop. And that helicopter drop term became very famous. Helicopter money became very famous when former chairman of Federal Reserve System in his speech said, "A money finance tax cut is essentially equivalent to Milton Friedman's famous helicopter drop of money." The current opinion on helicopter money or helicopter drop, if any interview you ask what is the difference between helicopter money and helicopter drop, these two terms are same thing. It was first coined as helicopter money, and later on it was converted into helicopter drop by Milton Friedman. So Milton Friedman's helicopter money and helicopter drop is very famous. When it was made famous, then helicopter drop term was used by President by Chairman of Federal Reserve System in his speech. The current opinion on helicopter money is that it should be seen as a last resort of monetary policy. What is last resort? Last resort means you have no other option. Then your last option is known as a last resort. Last resort. So current opinion on helicopter money is that it should be seen as a last resort monetary policy to whom, when more commonly used, a stimulus has failed to revitalize the economy. If economy is having different problems relating to the supply of money and how to increase supply of money quickly in the economy, in this context, Milton Friedman says that you increase the supply of money, and that can be increased if the economy requires more supply of money in a short term, then the unconventional method of monetary policy will be printing notes, more and more notes as per required. That is known as helicopter money, or it is also known as helicopter inflation, or it is also known as helicopter drop. These are the substitute words. So another thing in this context, it was said that central bank plays very important role in the economy. We all know that helicopter money will increase supply of money in a large amount. That will lead into higher rate of prices in the market. That is known as inflation, inflationary pressure, and it will lead to hyperinflation in the economy. Hyperinflation in the economy. And therefore, there is always a comparison that what should be done, helicopter money or quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is also a process to put money in the hands of people. So Milton Friedman said that helicopter money is different from quantitative easing. Helicopter money has commonly been misconstrued as quantitative easing, although both are monetary policy tools that expand the money supply. The impact of the central bank's balance sheet is different. For quantitative easing, the central bank creates reserve by purchasing government securities from commercial banks. Again, listen. For quantitative easing, central bank creates reserves by purchasing government securities from commercial banks and other financial institutions. On the other hand, helicopter money involves giving away money to the public, which does not increase assets on the central bank's balance sheet. This is the difference. So essentially, helicopter money increases the money supply by distributing currency to the public, while quantitative easing increases the money supply and purchasing government securities. And we all know that increasing money by pumping rupee in the economy, printing large amount of money, putting to the economy, it has its own repercussion. So helicopter money inflation, helicopter money is being criticized on following grounds. Number one, helicopter money leads to hyperinflation. No country can try it again and again. This is the last resort. Helicopter money leads to hyperinflation. Helicopter money could undermine the value of local currency, as consumer would lose a sense of what the currency is worth. As a result, helicopter money could lead to overinflation. Critics say that helicopter money could undermine the value of the local currency, as consumers will lose a sense of what the currency is worth. As a result, helicopter money could lead to overinflation. Secondly, helicopter money devalues the domestic currency. Helicopter money devalues the domestic currency. As more of the domestic currency is printed, the value of the domestic currency could decrease significantly. As a result, it may discourage the purchasing of domestic currency by the currency speculators. We know that in exchange market, there are many currency speculators. So currency would decrease significantly. As a result, it may discourage the purchase of domestic currency by the currency speculators. Number three, helicopter money leads to hyperinflation. Given that money, helicopter money, it is said that money is provided directly to consumers. Helicopter money, as offered to quantitative easing, is irreversible. It has led to many economists arguing that helicopter money is not a suitable long-term solution to spur economic growth. Sometimes it was said that helicopter money will lead to a spur in economic growth. As you take the example of Japan and the USA, many economists characterize Japan as a stagnant or slow-growing economy and struggling to revitalize the Japanese economy. In 2016, Bernanke, former chairman of Federal Reserve System, Bernanke in 2016, Bernanke met with the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and current Bank of Japan Governor Haruhiko Kuroda to discuss policies that could stimulate economic growth. During the meeting, the use of helicopter money was proposed. However, in the end, such a monetary policy was abandoned due to fear of hyperinflation and currency devaluation. That's all. I have uploaded helicopter money inflation and due to the technical trouble, sound was not there. And today I have seen the present position that I saw that 6 students have read it and there is no sound. So I am economist and I must have certain alternatives. So I tried to discuss you in a class about this helicopter inflation, helicopter money inflation, and its merits, its criticism, and finally its empirical evidence in Japan and USA. That's all. It is my request to all the listener that if you like such type of class where you have not to write, you just see my face and my sound and try to convert it into a knowledge, then I can say in this way. For that, in comment, you write that you like this, then I will take class without whiteboard, without writing anything. I will speak material by voice. Although all these things are in a perfect way of YouTube topics. But in this class, there is no use of any writing because everything has written. And in my class, previous class. So if you want to listen in Hindi medium, then in this lecture, in this class lecture, you write in comment box that I want in Hindi medium. Then the thing will be converted Hindi before Hindi Bhashiya students. That's all. Thank you. Today's topic is helicopter money invented by Milton Friedman, Nobel Prize winner economist in the world.